Okay, guys, trying that again. I must apologize. We are on a Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Having a couple technical difficulties. It's okay. We got it going here this morning. XRP does not rise like regular retail crypto, guys. Today's episode, we're going to cover the three drivers that drive XRP's price. Three main forces. There are three of them. On-demand liquidity and institutional usage, of course, spot XRP ETFs and custody, supply removal, and tokenization of real-world assets. With settlement requirements, each one will matter. Not one matters alone. They all will matter. Put together, they're going to create a repricing structure that we're going to see. It's going to come to a head here. You're going to see this. This is interesting. ODL, of course, is not a price tool, guys. It was never designed to pump price, you know. It was designed to eliminate friction, to be a bridge asset. Yeah. The system creates velocity. We don't want to hold it, not holding it. We don't want to break payments. ODL avoids the volatility. That's the point. Art Caffeine, good morning. Welcome into the channel. Guys, the point of XRP and ODL, of course, is to avoid the friction. So let's get into seams here, which are the real target. Okay, so banks do not connect directly. They connect through layers. Nostra accounts, correspondents, FX desks, clearing delays. Those junctions are called seams. These seams trap capital. They create risk. They add cost. Every cross-border payment touches multiple seams. ODL collapses those seams into one atomic settlement. Now, when ODL scales, this is where this all happens. At large scale, it cannot. Banks cannot risk thin liquidity. They cannot tolerate slippage. So they hold XRP. And that is the shift from velocity to ownership. So that is where ODL begins affecting price indirectly, guys. And that's the day that we've been waiting for. Guys, tap that like and subscribe down below if you don't mind. And yeah, happy Wednesday, future billionaires, says Art Caffeine. Welcome in. Guys, ETF mechanics. Let's talk about these spot ETFs, the second driver, right? Yeah. XRP gets bought, gets custodied. XRP is removed from circulation. This happens, obviously. Yeah. It's supply compression is what that's called. ETF math. Let's cover some of this stuff. Accumulate $1 billion. That is $5 billion of XRP. At a $5 XRP price, that is 1 billion XRP removed. Okay, so that is over 2.5% of the circulating supply alone of XRP. Locked, illiquid, unavailable. Can't use it. That's it. Custody is dead supply. Institutions can't hold assets casually. They have to meet these audit rules, all these capital rules they have to follow, you know, risk buffers and things like that. They have to hold extra XRP. Redundancy. Every buffer is dead supply. Welcome, Crypto Info. Yeah, this creates price pressure. Welcome in, Crypto Info. And welcome in, Hope. Welcome to the channel. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Smiles from everybody. When ETFs hit open markets, by the way, early ETF XRP can't be sourced off market. We've talked about it a million times, guys. It can be sourced off market for a little bit, and then it can't. And then they got to buy in the open exchanges, and then it's all over. And that's when price discovery is going to change everything here. It does change after a while. The third driver, of course, is tokenization. When we hit this third driver, which is later, 2028 or so, when they're really doing this with bonds, treasuries, money markets, equities, derivatives, tokenization is not the key. The settlement is. Tokenization creates more seams. Tokenized assets live on different ledgers. Yeah, they got different rules for each one. You got it's like different nations. Yeah. When value moves between them, seams return. Something must sit between the systems. And here we go. And this is what we're doing. Welcome in. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with the Tanker. Yeah, that's what XRP is doing. XRP's settlement role, guys. XRP does not, of course, host assets. XRP settles between the assets. It acts like a neutral money, a liquidity bridge, a finality anchor, so to speak, right? So tokenized markets require pre-position liquidity, and institutions will hold XRP on balance sheets. They're going to. Why is this demand different? Of course, because ODL demand is fast and transient, okay? So tokenized settlement demand is persistent, though. That's the difference, okay? It requires see, a lot of ODL is not going to move it a lot. It's going to be the connection of all of it, okay? ODL alone is not going to do it. Let's connect all this together, okay? So banks holding XRP and ODL, ETFs locking XRP in custody, institutions holding XRP for tokenized settlement, all of it. Retail holding long-term finite supply creates a liquidity vacuum. And that's what we'll be dealing with coming up. But it's going to take until kind of like 2028, 2029 till we really start seeing a lot of that. That's my opinion. Could happen sooner. Might happen sooner just because of institutional purchasing and ETFs. Nonlinear price behavior. Yeah, when demand becomes inelastic, guys, price no longer moves smoothly, of course. It slows down. Gaps, jumps, reprices. Yeah. What do you think, guys? You tell me. Good morning, friends. Good morning, Hope. Because tokenization is going to make this all unavoidable. When assets become usefully scarce, so to speak, when tokenization kicks in here, yeah, XRP isn't going to explode because of any kind of hype or retail. It's going to rise because the financial system has to have it and use it. So it's going to happen. It's going to take time. Not a financial advisor. This is what I'm putting together. And this is what I think we can expect over the next 3 to 5 years. Here's a general time frame. Okay, so up into 2026, we see the inflows for the ETFs, custody supply locks, and we see ODL corridors expanding, of course, across this planet. 2026, 2027, we're going to see tokenized treasuries, institutional settlement demand, balance sheet XRP holding by a lot of institutions. 2027, 2029-ish. Liquidity thresholds will be crossed with XRP becoming non-optional. And then structural repricing phase begins. And then that's where we start to see what everybody in the XRP community has been talking about for the longest time, which is that, hey, XRP doesn't work on hype. It works on utility. Once it's used in the real world by these institutions, that its utilities, what's going to make its price go up. Well, that's when that all starts happening. It starts happening before then, but when it really starts to reprice, that whole phase is kind of like 2020, in my opinion, 2029, 2030. We're still going to enjoy some price appreciation. Don't freak out. You're going to be okay. Don't freak out, guys. Guys, good morning, my good friends. Welcome to Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with the Taika. Let me get over to, we'll get back to the comments in a minute here. Let me get over to the market. Let me get off of things that I shouldn't have up, like my main screen for, let's see. Fiat leak. Yeah. What? Okay. Backed off from yesterday. We've got about 100,000 moving. We have a cryptocurrency market cap coming in at $2.95 trillion. XRP is coming in at a lovely $1.87. Oh boy. Should I buy XRP? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a financial advisor. Crypto is very risky. Don't buy or sell anything because of what I say or do. This is simply for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please never buy or sell anything because of what I say or do on the channel. That would be foolhardy. I am a talking mouthpiece. Guys, Bitcoin is at 87,316. Solana is coming in at $122. And by the way, definitely, because I got to tell you, hold on now. I got to tell you, you certainly do not purchase those three for sure because of what I say or do on the channel. Nobody does anything financially without talking to their financial advisor first. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm simply a talking head on the channel, and definitely don't play this back in 3 to 5 years, whatever you do, please. Okay. Now, let's get to the markets. 87,000 for a Bitcoin, $3,000-ish for an Ethereum. $1.87 for an XRP. Solana coming in at $122. Cardano, 35 cents. Dogecoin, 12 cents for the people who care about these coins, because some do. Believe it or not, some care about, the Doges and the others. I do a little bit. We've got, see, when Shiba makes its move and the world wants to know about Shiba Inu and say, hey, let me get some of that Shiba Inu. I hear that's the thing to get with crypto. When the world jumps in, if you say one more time, Tank, Tank's going to be off on a plane on vacation once that goes to 1 cent or something like that. Never financial advisor. Do never buy or sell anything because what they're doing on the channel because crypto is super risky. You can lose your socks, your shorts, your hat, your glasses, everything in crypto. Be very, very careful. Caspa coming in at 4 cents. Some people love that Caspa. Caspa with a K, not Casper. Not to be confused, of course, with Casper. We'll get to Algorand and the others. Hang on 1 sec now. Let's see. CSP or Mr. Casper. Now, Casper, 0.004 cents. Dead project, huh? I don't know. We'll see. We'll just have to see on Casper. Is she dead or does she have a future ahead? Do not know. Let's come down here to Algorand. Coming in today at 11 cents for an Algorand. If we jump to its all-time chart, we could see that Algorand was actually up here at an all-time high of, where were you? $3.28 or so, according to Coin Market Cap. We'll have to see where Algorand goes in the future. Can she make it back up to $3? And let's see. I'm not a financial advisor, of course. So if she can make it up, we'll do a quick little calculator exercise. $3.28. Now look, people, if you take $3.28 purchase per Algorand, and you say, you know what, I got a little money to drop down, I'll go ahead and drop down 10K, and I'm going to go ahead and purchase for 11 cents an Algorand. I'm going to go ahead and get 90,909 of them. Okay, so let's just call it 90,000. So if 90,000 of those Algorand, went back to, what was it, $3.28, according to Coin Market Cap's price, all-time high, well, that would be almost 300K before taxes for dropping 10K. Now, that's back to that price. Where's Algorand going, realistically speaking? If you ask the tanker, who, of course, is not a financial advisor, I'm a talking head. So, you tell me where Algorand is going. $10, $12, $15, 17, 25, 87, 157-ish or so, maybe somewhere around 250-ish. Yeah. In some years, Algorand continues on its track and doesn't blow up somewhere. It's going to, in a bad way, I mean, it is going to a couple few $100, $5,000 to $5,000, $10,000 or so, somewhere around here. Maybe that's a little hypey. Maybe it's only going to maybe a $1,000-ish or so, $750 to $1,000, reasonably speaking. Cut the $1,000 in half and call it 500, and then cut that in half and call it 250. Then cut that somewhere around 125. Cut it somewhere around. Cut it down to like $50 for an Algorand. Okay, so $50 for an Algorand in the future is absolutely very likely. So for 10 grand, $50 on Algorand, that gets 4.5 mil or retirement for someone. There you go. For 10 grand, retirement in 3 to 5 years. What? Yeah, how's that? How is it packaged like that? If it's packaged like that, how is that sounding? Knowing I'm not a financial advisor, this is never financial advice. You can't buy or sell anything because of what I say or do on the channel. This is for informational and educational purposes only, and this is simply a calculator exercise I'm performing here. So you ain't gonna get me on that stuff, all right? All right. So here's the deal. 90,000 coins of Algorand at $50 is 4.5 mil before you're paying your taxes and your exchange fee or whatever, your brokerage fee. Okay. So that equals retirement. 10 grand. We put in 10 grand. I'll do it again. Real quick. 10 grand divided by 11 cents that it is right now. Whoops. 11 cents gets you 90,909 Algorand. And you pay your exchange fee, fine. So that 90 times and I'm going to call it a $75 because it's way more realistic. Algorand is yield 6.75. So that's about, 4.3 millish, somewhere around there after you're paying all your taxes. Because you got to pay taxes on it. And after you pay taxes, you look at about 4 million, you still look at retirement. That's a nice little retirement. It's nothing crazy. I mean, come on, you got to be careful. With inflation and everything, believe me, that ain't going to be, no. Especially going to 80s, 90s and stuff. All right, you're trying to have fun. Okay, but here's the thing. And we'll get back to charts in a sec, but here's the thing. Comments in a sec, but here's the thing, guys. We know Algorand's going to more like 250, 300 or something per coin. So it's actually more like the individual has more like 22.5 mil for 10 grand. So anyway, in about 5 years. So anyway, I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. You can never buy or sell anything is what I say or do on the channel. Guys, H-bar 10, well, let's see what H-bar could do. Hold on one sec. H-bar. H-bar is at 10 cents. You're looking at the same thing. H-bar's you're looking at 1,000 a coin for H-bar coming up in some years. That's it. Okay. That move, in my opinion, is 1,000 per coin. You could call it 750, or I could. And if one had spent the 10 grand, you're getting actually just a little bit more Hedera than you are of the Algorand we just ran that exercise with. So at a $750 Hedera hash graph in the future, 5 years, whatever it is, 7 years, 10 years, we're looking at approximately, what was that, 90,000 coins purchased? Oh, boy. Now we're looking at 67.5 mil for 10 grand before taxes. Oh, it can never hit 750. Really? Watching the crypto space and where all these things go to, check the tokenomics on the two I just mentioned as well, and you see if it's possible. Don't forget about Caleb and Brown, by the way, guys, because if you do not check Caleb and Brown for your next cryptocurrency brokerage cash out, you may be left out in the cold and not be able to get onto the exchanges, and that could be a problem. That's not financial advice. That's my opinion. Take a look over at the toll-free number down at the bottom of their website. Let them know the tank sent you over, or click our link down below. They will give you a free crypt you get for included in your. It costs $500 to actually get loaded up with Caleb and Brown. They charge a 3.5% flat fee for buy, sell, swap. And you go ahead and get on there, and you have your broker available to you at no extra charge, 24/7. They keep your money backed 1-to-1. And you also have the benefit of Fireblocks institutional grade custody, which is what they use, which is institutional grade custody. And let's not forget, they're available 24/7. Yes, they're based out of Australia. They operate here in the U.S. as well. And you might want to think about checking Caleb and Brown out. That's up to you guys. You can cash out as much as you want if you clear it with your bank, like, $700K, whatever, large amounts when you have a brokerage. That's different. It's different from an exchange. Exchanges have withdrawal limits. So the day your money is jumping, you can't take it out, all of it out. You have limits on it. We might want to think about cash out. So a lot of people are going to be millionaires on paper. And that is never financial advice. That is simply my opinion. What do I know? I'm a talking head on a YouTube channel. Guys, comments here this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's see, not a lot going on comment sections. We're in a section, we are jumping off anyway, so I hope you guys have a great Christmas Eve, and I hope you enjoy your Christmas tomorrow. I do believe I will jump on tomorrow morning. Happy holidays to everybody. I hope you enjoy. If you do celebrate Christmas, enjoy that, and enjoy Christmas Eve. If you don't, have a great time with anything that you're doing anyway. Simply enjoy what you're doing. We love you. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow.